Hey guys, this is our first clear for Oaxiltso hard mode, and I figured I would just put my commentary over it rather than leave in the confused chatter of us not really fully understanding the fight yet. So I'll just try to call out the boss's behavior here so you can actually see what's going on. It's just in a heavy. At 95% he does meteors and then spawns a Daedra ad. You can see it come out there. They have to be separated by some amount where they will enrage each other. That's a space denial mechanic there, similar to Yolnikrin. He charges ever so often at the farthest person. In that case it was Kill, who I think was cleansing. You can see I actually have a kite healer off to the left when I look at the whole group that should be catching most of the charges. And then just a heavy, which I don't roll. And then space denial mechanic. Just trying to get frogs in because they pile up if you don't. Charging on the healer this time. And the boss has a really big hitbox, so when he, even if he charges that way, sometimes he'll clip someone in group, so you want to make sure you keep calling that space denial mechanic. Trying to get that frog at entrance, it's not working out for me. There's the spit you see going out. That's what people have to cleanse. Finally get that frog taunted, so it'll walk closer. Heavy. Space denial mechanic. Chaining frogs. Charge. Uptimes here aren't the best either, because of course it's our first clear. Heavy. This just says general stomp. Next ad will actually come out at 75. That's a heavy. Getting more froggy boys in. Heavy. Spit. More frogs are out. Off tank's getting most of those. You can see one of the pads to my left is actually lava. That pad is closed off. We don't fully understand that mechanic yet. If we get a bad charge through group there, see he's walking back. You can kind of spam balance for resources, do whatever you need. Lots of frogs. Spits out. More frogs. Trying to get all those fucking frogs. Heavy. Space denial mechanic. I'm going to wait. Mini spawning at 75. We're actually going to skip the last mini. The minis come at 95, 75, 50, and 25. More frogs. Space denial mechanic. Charge on the correct person. It's just a bunch of stomps. When he does stomps, you can always change stuff because he's not going to do anything dangerous during that. Heavy. I'm chaining the boss to proc and Kratos in case you're wondering why I randomly chain him, because it's free and it's fire damage, so procs and Kratos. Space denial mechanic. Roll that if you're going to be in the middle of it. Heavy. One of the lava pools is shooting mortars basically at the group. You're wondering what those are. Charge is a bad charge here in group. Someone probably tried to cleanse on that far pad rather than just die. Because he always runs to the farthest person. So if you go to cleanse on that pad, you can cause him to charge through group. So unfortunately, the prevailing strat for all the clears right now is just to conveniently die rather than cleanse in a bad pad, which is not good design. This is a charge on someone back there. I think a corpse, actually. Interesting. Spit goes out, cone goes out. Space denial mechanic. And we actually kill all of the minis but the 25% mini. There's not really any reason to kill the 25% mini if he can just be taken away safely. There are some PC strats that they push past even the 50% mini. Don't recommend that. Because that's on hard mode, he literally has almost 140 mil. You're pushing 70 mil. It's a bit steep. Charging on the correct person. Just getting frogs in while he's out. Heavy, not today. Space denial mechanic. More frogs. From this point, it's pretty straightforward. It's just rinse and repeat. I'm down to 50 where he begins to charge twice. Heavy. Space denial. Charge, correct person. They didn't roll, I don't think, but that's fine. We can just get a res. He only charges about every 30 seconds, so as long as you're timely at getting your kiter up, it's not a big deal. I'm holding ult here, don't judge me. Heavy, not today. Space denial, gives you a second to get a frog. Heavy, not today. And we're coming up on the 50% add as well as the 50% change over to 2 charges. Charge in the correct person. You can see there's 2 pads closed off due to lava here. I'm gonna walk out of the space denial mechanic. Still holding ult. Forgive me. Trying to clean up frogs because it's the last chance I'll get a second to do that before mini comes out. So here he starts charging twice. Space denial. So here he charges through group. That's bad. I think our second kiter ran out, which they should only do after he does the first charge. So we're just confused, like we're just getting it all together. This is our first clear, and actually it's our first pull of the night too, so we're literally doing all of this on the fly. And heavy. Froggy boys. I'm literally just managing taunt and trying to stay alive on this fucking boss. Bad charge into group. Most people rolled it. Now he's going to charge straight into the middle. That's also bad. But we literally are just brute forcing this by rezzing. Space denial mechanic. You can see I'm actually pulling away to purposely get it to go to Usagi here based on where I roll out of that space denial mechanic. So you want to make decisions about where you go when he does that reinforce him running to your kiters. And he runs to Usagi. And he's going to do a second run here. And the second run is into group. That's bad. Everyone has to roll. Most people did. So you're just going to reestablish positions with your kiter on the left in our strat. You can do this multiple ways. Heavy, not today. Shards are brilliant during this fight. You do need them to sustain in the current glitch. I'm a DK here. I could also imagine doing this on a Warden right now. You really need a mag pull. He does a bad charge there. Everyone rolls it. It's fine. Second charge goes to Usagi. we lose one person. Waiting on him to come back. So that is the last mini that will actually kill. The 25% mini we're going to completely ignore. Space denial mechanic. Walk out of that. See, ult's going off. Ult's going off. Just a bunch of stomps. Charging on Kiter. More chaining frogs. Charging on the other Kiter. That's how it's supposed to go. That person only steps out after the first kite starts. Space denial. Heavy. I have no qualms about eating the heavy if the mini isn't out, because that means I'm usually getting focused heals. I try to roll it more when the mini is out, because I may or may not be getting focused. Space denial. Time to chain Froggy Boys. He does the first charge. Second charge in the group, that's bad. That's tragedy. Panic comes. Everyone has to res. Roll that. Space denial. And literally here we start saving ults, because at 25 we want to blow the doors off the boss, ignore the mini, heavy, not today. So 25 he's going to stop doing everything and start doing meteors at some point. Here's we start hard pushing. He does one charge. He does a second charge in the group, which everyone rolls. And he's going to spawn the mini at any point, so I blow horn, and then we just start executing. You see a bunch of Destros go off. This is the last mini spawning. You can see the two pads in the back are actually closed off. That is good RNG, because that means no one's going to go back there and pull kite. See the mortars coming out of the pads. Space denial mechanic. Charge on left. Off tank dies. I do not taunt the mini here, because I don't want them close together. I actually want them to be kited apart. They just have to res Yasi. Necro res goes off in the middle. I miss time to roll. Space denial. Just be careful about where I move them, because I don't want to get too close to the mini because of the enrage mechanic. More frogs chained. Bad cone in group. More frogs. Charge on left, which is panicked resing. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 pads that are closed off right now. By the way, I don't know what we're supposed to do about that. Heavy, not today. I have no idea what we're supposed to do about there being 4 pads closed off. We're just trying to recover the reses. And as long as the off tank can stay up, the main tank can stay up, it's always recoverable, down to even the last DPS. Kite catches first. Second charge goes to entrance as intended. Just getting some frogs in while everyone reses. He walks across middle. Cone across mid. Space denial. I get the dot here. Not a big deal. It's only like a 3-second dot that time. Just panicked resing. Heavy, not today. Space denial. And kite on left. And he's going to also charge into group. Everyone rolls. Victory horn, we execute. Oh, and actually, you notice I did poison the boss there. I'm running a poison glyph for stam return because of the DK combustion passives. I get a 21-second dot there. I have no idea why it's a different length this time, but that's fine. And that's our first clear of Oaxiltso hard mode. You'll see the achievement pop up. Woo. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, pulling the boss in 5, 4, 3, 2, pull. That's where the boss is gonna. You. There we go. What the fuck is? What the fuck? I'm in the portal. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, thanks for probably not portal. It wasn't voluntary. I feel like I just got flushed like a turd.